again, pardon that interruption. So a few more quick things about the nutrition of greens. So some studies have shown that calcium is more bioavailable, so that means it's better absorbed and more easily absorbed into your body from greens and vegetables rather than from dairy products. So think about that when trying to get your calcium. You can get a lot of it from green leafy vegetables. Broccoli is a great source of calcium, and also has been shown to be good for men in like warding off prostate and bladder cancers. So great for guys too. And beet greens are the last one, or one of the last ones I want to mention. They're delicious. Always eat the beet greens at the end if you buy beets to roast or steam or something. The beet greens have lots of iron and vitamin K, and they're so good. They're some of my favorite greens. What I like to do is take the leaves out the stems and cut up the leaves and saute some onion and garlic in a pan, and then add like a little bit of vinegar, so it could be an apple cider vinegar or balsamic vinegar. You could do like a half teaspoon of sugar or something in there as well, but you could also leave out the sugar altogether. Or you can add honey near the end too. That's kind of a nice little sweetener. And then throw your greens in there. You can also toast some walnuts if you'd like, or you can just put walnuts on raw at the end. I like to put walnuts on top of the salad. It's a really nice warm winter salad, so just kind of saute those things together. And I always love to put a little bit of some raisins and walnuts on top. So just an easy winter salad to throw together if you want to try that one. Also, the last green I want to mention is spinach, and it's full of carotenoids, which are really good for your eyes, so great for eye health, and they also have a lot of calcium, and also collard greens are a great source of calcium. So there's a couple just good tidbits about your greens and why they're so good for you. And now what I want to do is show you a little demonstration of kale, and just one of the simple ways to make kale taste really good. Now you can like cut down the stem of a kale leaf and get all that off of there, but I don't have time for that. I just like to do this, which is hold on to one end of the kale, and you can do this with curly leaf kale, or this one is a lacinato kale, or dinosaur kale sometimes it's called, but the other kale is that one with the real curly leaves. And same technique for both. You just hold on to one end and pull the other end off. Some people call that shucking kale, kind of like shucking oysters, so you're taking off the stem from the leaf. So now you kind of have a walking piece of kale. And so I'll set that down here and do that with our other leaves. Something I used to do a lot is make pesto out of these stems. So you boil it down with like some garlic and lemon and olive oil, and then you blend that up with some nuts and make pesto out of it. So that's an option if you feel up for that. Or you can just keep it in a pile for things to make stock out of. So you can keep your onion skins, parsley stems, and carrot tops and things like this, and keep them frozen in a sealed bag until you want to make stock, and then make stock out of that. It's a good money saver and way to use up all your food. So get rid of those stems, and here's a tiny, tiny little leaf. There's not much stem in there. So now what I'm going to do is you can be real careful. Here, let's tip this down a bit so you can see me more. Sorry for that wobbling. So you can kind of roll these together, and then real gently take your knife. So here's your chef's knife, and you want to pinch your blade here. That's how you hold a knife, and put your 3 fingers under the handle. And then I'll do this here so you can see me. So you just cut down gently through the vegetable. You don't want to mash it and push it down so you'll bruise it. You want to slice down and into your vegetable. So you're really using the shape of the knife, and you're going to go down and into it. And you want to really kind of use mostly this last third of the knife. That's the strongest part. So you want to cut down and into your kale like this. You can also just tear your kale leaves. That's totally fine. Then just showing you one way. A lot of times I'll just tear them. So then you can get kids involved too, and to help you in the kitchen as much as possible. And so now I'll take my bowl. So I just have my little serving bowl here. Serve a small one. just for demo. And the way to, the most important thing you have to do to kale to make it taste good is please massage your kale. And I know we all need massages too, but your kale really needs a massage or it's not going to taste very good. So please put some olive oil on there. We're going to talk about fats tomorrow, but olive oil is really important to have raw. So you're going to get the most benefit of your olive oil out of your olive oil if it's raw. So I don't ever heat olive oil or cook with it. I just use it to drizzle on soups, salads, in raw applications. And I grew up cooking with olive oil and heating it and all that, but learned that you really don't get all that good nutrition, the nutritional value out of it if it's cooked. So so what you're doing with this, with massaging the kale, is you're really breaking down that cellulose, the hard cell walls of the kale, so it's much more palatable, so much more enjoyable to eat. You'll get people who don't think they like kale to like kale all of a sudden. And so now you have these beautiful dark greens. I hope you can see those well. And now, since I'm in Colorado, I'm just going to kind of put this olive oil on my hands since I'm eating this salad anyway. And I did wash my hands. So that you just get the good oil because Colorado's so dry. And here, now I have some walnuts and raisins. I'll just toss those right on top there. And you can also cut up a pear and put some of that on there too. I won't do that for this demonstration, but I think you have a good idea of how to cut up the pear and put that on there. And then you can put your a nice homemade dressing on there if you'd like. I'm just going to put a little bit of balsamic vinegar on here. And just drizzle that on top, and then a little pepper, and have a really nice, very fresh, delicious salad. I really like to to make green salad heartier. I make some quinoa, so this is dried quinoa. I didn't cook it for this demonstration, but what you can do is just cook a pot of quinoa and then have it for a couple of different kinds of meals throughout the week. But one of the things you can do is put it, mix it with a bed of greens so that you have a really nice hearty lunch. And that quinoa is a complete protein, so you get a lot of good protein from that, and also the walnuts. You could put a little bit of cheese on there, or cut up a piece of sausage, different things like that. Even some salmon would be really good on here. You could do, instead of like a pear, you could do grapefruit or apple. Blood orange, all kinds of different things. There's like the possibilities are endless. That's really what you like. Also pomegranate would be really good in there. So I have a pomegranate here. You could do that. Lots of good antioxidants in those. I hope that inspired you to try kale and maybe try mixing it up with some different things that possibly you haven't tried before, and make some interesting different kinds of vinaigrettes. So you have salads that taste really interesting and fun and different throughout the week, so you don't feel like you're eating the same thing every day. So I hope you enjoyed that today, and this episode of The Empowered Kitchen on greens and the health benefits of delicious green leafy vegetables. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.